Now today we're going to review Copperfield number 10, probably the best shows I've seen in television. Copperfield number 10, the Bermuda Triangle Experience. Okay, it's an amazing magic show from 1989, 1988 it was, I think. Great magic show. Copperfield challenged the force of the Bermuda Triangle, David Copperfield. So check this out. From the world's greatest magician in the 1980s and 1990s. Check this video out. We dissect and analyse the amazing magic of David Copperfield from 1988, the Bermuda Triangle special. Here we're going to go. Today's video is about Copperfield number 10, one of the best shows of all time, the Bermuda Triangle show by David Copperfield back in 1988. It was on television in the USA and broadcast in the UK as well. I'm watching it on TV right now, actually, it's amazing. This is the best show I've ever seen, seriously. I'm talking a little bit about the show, dissect the show, analyse the show for you, tell you a bit about why again was one of the best shows ever seen, seriously, on television ever, seriously. Great show, seriously. Now, basically, the show was broadcasted back, I think, it was about April 1988 in the USA, but right about April 1989 in the UK. And when I saw the show, it was quite mind-blowing because again, the tricks in the show are really quite amazing, seriously. And I love the show, really love the show, seriously. The show is really well made, okay, despite some of the tricks that have been not so good. The show is really well made, and it's one of the most amazingly well-made shows I've ever seen, seriously, in the whole of my career doing magic over the years, the last 34 years of doing magic shows, seriously. So let's dissect the show, look at the show and see how the show really goes, okay. Now the show begins, okay, with the beautiful shots of the Caribbean islands. I think normally the US Virgin Islands, I think, so St. Croix, US Virgin Islands is where it's actually shot at the beginning of the show, the introduction as well. And then cuts to a stage. On the stage, Copperfield with a white sort of shirt on, a black trouser as well. And basically, he kind of goes on about an escape illusion to do, an escape illusion. And he gets tied in a box on a table, okay, below a giant death saw, a giant circular death saw, basically, huge, about 6 foot tall death saw, basically. And the music kicks on. The music is Cutting Crew, I think one of the classic 80s Cutting Crew songs, Dying Arms Tonight. And he gets a bit of power and bangs, you know, he bangs this big giant buzzsaw basically up in the ceiling, basically this giant buzzsaw basically. And then he's locked inside a box, chamber on a box like Houdini, you know, inside a box basically. And then the buzzsaw starts going round and round, whirls round and round, and then comes down basically. And then Copperfield doesn't get out of the box in time basically, as you can imagine, doesn't get out of the box in time. And so what happens is the box collapses to the sides, the buzzsaw comes down, cuts Copperfield in half, okay, you cut him in half, and it's pulled in 2 pieces, head and body over here, legs over this side basically. And on stage you can see he's cut clean in 2 pieces. It is amazing, seriously. When I saw this I couldn't believe what I was seeing, seriously. I was about 9 years old when I saw this. I was so young, but it's a really amazing piece of magic, okay. His legs and head, basically body's over here, over there, legs over here, okay, nothing in the middle at all, cut cleanly in 2. Amazing, seriously. This is amazing, seriously. Couldn't believe what I was seeing when I saw that. I really couldn't believe what I was seeing at all. Anyway, someone in the audience shouts, "Move your feet!" Basically, his feet move, his hands move, head moves, talks, everything else. And then suddenly winds the clock back, and then they turn back time basically, and everything. They put the table back together again. Buzzsaw goes up and up in the air again. The box reassembles itself again. Then the box falls apart. Copperfield gets up. He's in one piece again. It's amazing. So it's been restored again. Amazing trick, seriously. This is one of the best illusions I've ever seen in my life. Seriously, it's called the Buzzsaw illusion, Death Saw illusion. One of the great magic illusions ever seen, ever, seriously, on television in the last 50 years. Believe me, check it out. Really watch it. It's on YouTube. Copperfield number 10 show, the Bermuda Triangle special. It's on there. Check it out. It's a great illusion, and also one of the best illusions of all time, definitely, bar none. One of the best illusions of all time. Seriously, it's a really good trick. Seriously. And so that was the opening of the show. Then it goes on to another bit. I think it cuts then to a sort of outside bit. He's on a boat in the Caribbean islands, cruising along the boat in the Caribbean islands with his girlfriend, a nice blonde girl, on the Miami Vice type yacht, you know what I mean? In the middle of the ocean kind of thing, you can imagine, can't you? Copperfield gets a bit of a cloth and his sunglasses keep changing. He raise and drop the cloth, the sunglasses keep changing, different kind of colours. A bit of fun, really. And then he goes to the beach, and he's on the beach with the girlfriend, and suddenly Copperfield's holds up a towel, and his legs disappear, okay? Very impressive kind of movie, kind of pop video kind of stuff. It was the 80s at that point, wasn't it, the 80s? And then his legs kind of disappear on the beach, and then after that he goes and gets a bit of a rock, and rock in his hand. The rock turns into a diamond. He gives a diamond to his girlfriend. Amazing stuff, seriously. Really good job, seriously. Really good trick. So the whole thing's really impressive. That's kind of pop video kind of aspect of the bit of the show. Really good fun indeed. This is a good show, seriously. It's a really good show. Then it cuts then back into the Caesar's Palace Theatre, where he's doing a big show at Caesar's Palace Theatre. Back in the heyday of the 1980s on Las Vegas, back in the heyday, before the pandemic, wasn't it, all that kind of stuff. Then after that, basically, Copperfield then does something really amazing. He then basically gets a kid out of the audience, and he kind of like, remember he gets a duck, doesn't he? And he little kid. Copperfield looks really good. I think Copperfield was prime of his career type, seriously. Looks really cool in his kind of like, pink kind of shirt and white blazer kind of outfit, you know what I mean? White kind of Armani suit kind of look, you know what I mean? Very cool indeed, very mammy kind of a cool look, you know what I mean? And after that, basically, he gets a kid on stage, and he gets 2 boxes, and it gets a duck, a famous duck, Webster, sticks in the box, the duck, and then basically has a routine. The box buys some duck, goes from box to box to box to box, the duck does basically. Duck disappears entirely, falls a little kid, and appears in the box on stage. Good trick, seriously, a bit of comedy magic for it, very entertaining indeed. Kind of rabbit run with a duck, basically. Fun kind of stuff. It's a very funny routine. Then it cuts to another routine where he does something where, I remember correctly, he cuts to kind of a big castle on the island, kind of a castle tower on the island back in San Juan, the Caribbean. And in there he's whining and dining his girlfriend in this castle place, whatever it is. And he's kind of like, gets a box of matches out, and he lights some matches. The match kind of starts floating up around the air, around the place, okay, in his hands. And the match floats through a ring, basically, you know what I mean? Seriously, like pressing stuff. And back on the girl's finger, or whatever, the ring goes back on the girl's finger. The match flies back in the box. It's really amazing, again, seriously, a kind of floating kind of match trick, really good indeed, very impressive indeed. I love that one indeed, very good indeed. This show's great. It's a really entertaining show, seriously. But a very fun, kind of highly entertaining, really well polished kind of magic show. Really good indeed. I thought we get a very odd trick indeed. A trick going back to ancient Egypt, 3,000 years ago, ancient Egypt called the duck and chicken swap. Okay, it's a really good trick, seriously. He gets a chicken, he gets a duck, and he gets the duck Webster again, and this is very rare. I think this was cut out in the UK. I think in the UK they wouldn't show this because it was a bit dodgy. It's a very beautiful, amazing trick, seriously, called poultry motion. Gets a duck, and he takes the duck's head and pulls the duck's head off, okay? It's no harm to animals, it's just a magic trick, an illusion. And he takes the duck's head and puts the duck, and he pulls off the chicken's head, swaps them over, puts the duck's head on the chicken's head on the duck. Amazing stuff, seriously. So now the duck is sat there, and it's got a chicken's head, and the chicken sat there with a duck's head. It's a really good trick. It's really weird, isn't it? What a weird trick. But it does work. It's really odd, really a trick, but it's really very baffling indeed. And then suddenly it goes back again, and suddenly it produces a whole load of little chicks, basically. And he swaps it back again, so the duck's head goes back in the duck, and the chicken's head goes back in the chicken. Very good trick, tricking it, seriously. It's called poultry in motion. Very good trick, seriously. Very odd illusion, but very impressed with the idea. Very much enjoyed the deed. It's called very weird kind of trick, very rarely ever seen, but I've only seen it ever done once, and that was done in that show, Copperfield number 10. Good show, very good indeed, seriously. So that's all that as well. I must admit, it's very impressive indeed. Then we cut to the big finale. The big finale is Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Triangle, basically, we all know Bermuda Triangle. Copperfield's going to do a trick in the Bermuda Triangle. He's going to attempt to challenge the force of the Bermuda Triangle. Okay, can you believe this? Seriously? And he's on a sort of triangle, great big kind of raft in the middle of the ocean. Okay. Bermuda Triangle is between Miami, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda, isn't it? I think, big triangle there. And basically, films, I believe, at San Juan, which is the US Virgin Islands, and the Caribbean Islands. And they basically have a big raft in the middle of the ocean, basically, and it's a big triangular raft and big triangular sort of pyramid framework, and a little pyramid on the stage, little pyramid. Copperfield goes up the pyramid and he wants to challenge the forces of the Bermuda Triangle, you know what I mean, kind of thing. And he gets like a kind of a compass that puts it in the pyramid. He gets like a little doll, puts it in the pyramid. And then basically, so I remember correctly, I haven't watched the show on telly right now, it's actually on TV right now, the show. That's how much I love this show. And basically, I must have watched this 1,000 times, this show. You know, you get me, don't you? Get me, don't you? I watched this a lot of times, this show, you know what I mean? It did influence when I was a kid, this show, seriously. Anyway, Copperfield kind of challenges the Bermuda Triangle, and for some reason, the doll catches fire and kind of collapses, and the compass goes crazy and goes round and round and round and goes really crazy. And suddenly Copperfield gets sucked into the pyramid, basically. The pyramid kind of is made of glass, and Copperfield gets sucked into this little pyramid thing. Okay, sucked right into it. And suddenly the pyramid falls apart and there's smoke everywhere. Copperfield is gone, completely gone, disappearing entirely. Really amazing stuff. There's no camera tricks, nothing at all. No special effects. Really done by real illusion kind of methods and technologies. Okay, and Copperfield completely disappears entirely. It's really tricky, isn't it? Really strange kind of illusion, seriously. And so that's really weird. And then the guys looking for Copperfield around the place. And they kind of get a big triangular kind of framework in the middle of the ocean, and they put like 3 curtains around that framework, and then the whole framework kind of collapses, and there's a big boat appeared out of nowhere, a big ship appears out of nowhere, basically. Copperfield appears on a raft somewhere else as well, and then Copperfield, looking kind of stunned and phased out with the whole experience, is picked by a helicopter flown away. But in the whole process, you know, have all these weird happenings with the pyramid. This boat appears out of nowhere. Really amazing, seriously. I don't know how we did it seriously into these days. It wasn't under the sea. I don't know exactly how it was done, but certainly very impressive indeed. This is pure magical technology, very good indeed. The music's good as well, seriously. Copperfield kind of flies off into the sort of distance in the sunset, all this, or sunrise. Basically, it was shot in the morning, I think. And it's all very weird and very impressive indeed. Seriously, this is a big budget, $1 million illusion, really impressive illusion. And probably the most expensive thing ever done actually by Copperfield himself in the whole of his career. It's not as good as the Tower Inferno escape a year later, but I'd say it's a very good trick indeed. The Bermuda Triangle escape. Do check it out on YouTube. It's on YouTube. The Bermuda Triangle special from 1989. It's on there definitely. Do check it out. Copperfield number 10, Bermuda Triangle special. Do check it out seriously. Very impressive indeed. So good tricks. They've got the buzzsaw on there, which is really amazing. The book cut in half. You've got the floating ring trick. You've got the changing glasses. You've got the vanishing legs of the beach. You've got, what else you've got on there as well? You've got, I can't remember it all now. You've got the crystal to the piece of coal to crystal. You've got the run rabbit run routine with the duck kind of thing. You've got with the duck changing boxes. You've got the duck in the head, duck and chicken changing places with the heads. And the Bermuda Triangle illusion as well at the end. The Bermuda Triangle kind of challenges the forces on Copperfield, and the whole thing ends up Copperfield vanishing and a big ship appearing at the end of the boat, or the end of the tricks. It's really good stuff. Seriously, do check it out. It's on YouTube. Copperfield number 10 show, one of the best magic shows ever shown on television from 1988-89 period, back in the heyday of a golden age of magic shows on television, right, 80s. Okay, good period indeed for magic. Hope you like that indeed. Do check it out. Do obviously, if you want to do some more content doing my magic as well, do check out on YouTube, click the videos below for some new stuff from me as well, new magic content for Magicalmike as well. Please do check it out, definitely. And do have a look at what I've got, and subscribe as well. Hit the subscribe button as well for more stuff from me as well. Hit the subscribe button, please do help me out, as much appreciate you can do that. So please like and subscribe, please do. And see you again very soon for some more magical entertainment. See you later on.